Welcome to the Onesta Process. This is the foundational training that is available only online, and I hope you find it enjoyable. But I'd like to say a few things in order to make that experience more enjoyable and your learning easier. The first thing I'd like to say is that everything in this um, in the, everything in this training is based on metabolic science. Now, I'm not a research scientist, I'm not a physician. I often have to say that to my clients, and sometimes people that I'm training or I'm presenting to, simply because I've had people say to me, I thought you were a doctor. And they were doctors. So I don't know why. I mean, I think that what I'm saying is pretty much um, made easy to understand and, quite frankly, simplified. This is a very, very complicated process, and if you're interested in the deeper science, I can point you in lots of directions. One is called the Metabolic Classroom. Dr. Ben Bickman. He's on YouTube. It's free, but it's real sciencey. So, but he has other stuff that is made for just people who aren't studying the science. So yes, it's oversimplified, but the dietary guidelines that we use the, are based entirely on a decent understanding. When I say decent, I'm not a research scientist, but I can read studies and look at them and understand them. The but it's all based on that. So the dietary guidelines, and you'll see a video about the dietary guidelines, they're fairly simple. Also, the progression of the process is absolutely based on what most people would find comfortable. Some people will want to move a bit more quickly, others a bit more slowly, but most people will find the pacing of the progress through the process quite nice. And finally, understand that the hypnosis part, the mind body relationship part, is based on what we know in the hypnosis community. And unfortunately, some of us don't know as much as others when it comes to that. There are a fair number of hypnotists out there who just really just want the easiest thing in the world. I want you to know the Onesta process is not easy, and it's also not uh, clean. It can get kind of messy because in the Onesta process, we are looking to help our clients change completely their relationship with food, to establish very often a healthy relationship with their body, and to heal the relationship with themselves. So, and you probably innately understand why that's important. So, let's talk about how you're going to learn. First of all, I'd like to say to you that when we talk about testing or um, certain practices like fasting, I think you should go through it all. It's not going to hurt you. I think you should go through it all. And so that you understand what your clients are going through and what you're asking your clients to go through. While we can, I have never been an alcoholic, for example, but I can help a post detox person who sees themselves as alcoholic deal with the issues that are around alcohol, certainly. Um, But we have to have that empathy, that rapport with our clients, so that they know that we understand. No one could ever really step into another person's shoes. We could never completely understand. On the other hand, uh, that empathy, sympathy, and not pity, but that empathy needs to be there. And when during the process we start dealing with all of the emotional aspects our clients face, it's an issue. And we kind of have to know what we're doing and be confident enough to do it. On the other hand, nobody knows everything. And that's why we need to form the community that we form. I'm always available to you. And I imagine that other people who are using the process, you've probably met some of them, either online in when we've met or through presentations. We're all a resource. So as you progress and you're learning things, try them out on yourself. We call it biohacking, by the way. And even if you're not diabetic, you might want to learn a little bit about blood testing so that if your clients don't know how to do it, you can actually help them. And so let you're going to start watching these videos, or you can just download the audio version and listen. I don't really care. There is printed material that goes with this course, this portion of the course. And you'll find it in segments. Each video will have a separate download, and that download contains an outline of the content and a quiz. The quiz has an answer key. So if you want to cheat, go ahead. I can't stop you. My goal isn't to test you in this. The way I suggest you do it is that you, before viewing the video, and a lot of them are really quite short, but before you do the video or listen to the lesson, try the quiz. Try it. If you print it out, use a pencil so you can change. Okay? And then watch the video, then review the outline, and then take the quiz again. That's my advice. You're going to do what you want because I'm not hounding you and I'm not testing you. But the more you understand these foundational principles and the more you have experienced them, which is a kind of knowledge that goes well beyond somebody telling you something, it's your experience. You understand. If you've never fasted for 24 hours, think about it. Not yet. Wait till we get there. All right. So do it yourself. Go through the material methodically. By the way, you can jump around. The way I made these videos and these recordings, I'm just talking into my computer. You don't really need to see me. You can just listen. On the other hand, I made them in a very sort of convenient way for me. So I don't actually know, even as I'm making this introduction, I don't know the exact order that I'm going to put them into the computer when I upload them. I'll figure that out later. I'm not quite done. But by the time you're watching this, I'm done and it's all decided. So in those talks, I'll refer to different things, but as kind of a cross reference. But if you haven't watched the other one, you'll get there. And I look forward to working with you. Also, I want you to know that I am available to you anytime for any questions. If you're not sure, you can't figure it out, if you have your yabbits, but what about, but what about? Let's talk. That's only going to make this process more rich for you and really for everybody. Because if you say to me personally, yeah, but what about, then I know that I need to include something in this training that I missed or maybe I never thought of. All right. So, welcome to the Onesta Process. We are about to help our clients achieve metabolic wellness, and I am so pleased you're joining me. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and by the way, for the introduction, there is actually a uh, outline and a quiz. See you soon. Actually, see you in the next video.